we have to tremendously reduce complexity. And complexity does not only mean red tape and bureaucracy. Complexity also means our approach, for example, to decarbonization. Don't get me wrong, German business, German industries want to go for a carbon-free future, but the way how we have approached that over the last years seems to be overly complex and doesn't lead us to our targets. So a reframing of our approach is utterly necessary, and that's our expectation for the next government to come.
How relevant do you think for the successful turnaround of the so-called German business model is that we get a easing of the debt brake, meaning more investment from the fiscal space?
That's not the first step for me. If I look and compare the situation to a company, it's pretty obvious that there are other levers that we can pull first. First and utmost, we have to support growth. Any fantasy that a non-growth or degrowth world could function, that's not going to happen. So everything that government can do to help companies to grow, including foreign trade agreements, for example, reducing red tape, would help and would increase the tax volume. Second is efficiency. When we talk about red tape and bureaucracy, that triggers cost on both sides, cost for the company, but also costs within administration. So to weed that out would be extremely helpful also from a financing perspective. And last not least, yes, we will need to prioritize. Again, like you do that in a company, there may be hopefully more good ideas than what we can afford. And it needs courage, both in a company and in politics, to say, well, your idea is great, but unfortunately, we can't afford it now due to prioritization. So these levers need to be pulled first before we talk, well, is there still a gap open for big investments that we need that go for generations? And then let's discuss how we can finance the rest. But the first, what is self-help potential?